For how long should we ban people?
Our Pubwatch scheme has been operating for many years, and we have quite a long list of people who've been banned. I understand that some schemes use a tariff system. Can you tell me how they work?
Before I do that, can you tell me what you do at the moment?
Well, we discuss the seriousness of the incident and then reach a consensus as to whether we ban the individual, and we fix the period of the ban at that time.
Once you've banned a person, do you review your decision at any time?
Probably only if the person appeals or one of our members reports a breach of the ban.
Well, I'm not going to tell you must do this, but I think it's good practice to review your list on a regular basis. That'll give you the opportunity to see if the ban has achieved its purpose and is still relevant. You might find that by doing so, you focus on the real troublemakers.
OK, that makes sense. So how would a tariff system work?
Well, it's quite simple. You'd have to draw up a list of the most common types of incidents that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, and then decide what minimum length of ban you think they should receive.
Can you give me an example?
Yeah. For example, if someone assaulted a customer, you might decide that a minimum ban of 12 months should be applied. But if the person assaults a member of staff, you might apply a minimum of 24 months.
Doesn't seem much for assaulting someone.
Well, I suppose that's right, but firstly, we need to be clear that a ban is not a punishment. You're just doing this to protect your businesses. Secondly, the tariff just gives you a starting point, and as I've said previously, it's a minimum period, because an assault could result in someone receiving very serious injuries. Your members might decide in certain cases to significantly increase the minimum tariff.
So can we still be flexible in the way that we deal with bans?
Of course you can. Even if you adopt a tariff system, you should reserve the right to consider all the circumstances and make a different decision. And let's not forget that sometimes you might feel that the most appropriate action should be to just issue a warning about the person's future conduct.
That sounds a bit weak. What if they don't take any notice of the warning?
Well, that's a fair point. And I can't guarantee that a warning letter will always work. But depending on the incident, you could also consider offering a person the opportunity to enter into an acceptable behaviour agreement as an alternative to being banned.
I haven't heard of acceptable behaviour agreements. What are they?
It's a simple agreement between the person and the Pubwatch about the person's future conduct. It can be used as an alternative to a ban. It's not legally binding, but of course, if they go back on their promise to behave, you always have the option to ban that person.
Right, OK. Where can I find out more about this?
National Pubwatch can provide your scheme with a range of documents, which includes their good practice guide, together with specific documents relating to banning. For example, there's a generic banning letter and, of course, an acceptable behaviour agreement. You might also want to view a couple of the films that National Pubwatch has made about the issues relating to banning decisions. They're called The Ban and The Meeting. You can see them on the National Pubwatch YouTube page.
That's great. I'll have a look into those then.
Visit us at nationalpubwatch.org.uk to find the Good Practice Guide and other useful resources, or visit our YouTube page where you can find even more handy videos to help you run your pub, club or bar.